Today's collectible spot, while we're having a look at the Funko Despicable Me 2 Pop movie figures, we're looking today at the vinyl figure Carl. Minion Carl is number 35 from the Despicable Me 2 lineup, featured in the window box. So again, if you want to keep them sealed, by all means you can do that. Don't let Spot try to convince you to open them up. You don't have to do that at all. You could say, no Spot, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep them sealed. You can keep them sealed because they're in a nice window box. And I know lots of collectors that have done that. They just keep these Funko figures sealed away. Sealed away in their box, still can appreciate them just the same. Down at the bottom corner where Spot had his thumb covering it, there's a picture of the Minion Carl. Also featured on the side of the box as well. Turn around in the back, all 5 figures that make up the Despicable Me 2 lineup. We've got number 33 Gru, 34 Agnes, 35 Carl, 36 Dave, 37 Evil Minion. Collect the entire line of Despicable Me 2 Funko Pop super stylized vinyl figures. Also interested in checking out more from Funko? You should. You can go to www.funko.com. What I am going to do is take a break. I'm going to get this opened up, and when we come back, yes, more Minions are heading your way as we have a look at the vinyl figure of Minion Carl. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Having a look at Minion Carl, yes, he is just as adorable as Minion Dave. Now, he's got a little spikier hair at the top. In fact, if anything, I suppose if there was a Minion of myself, probably the closest thing would probably be Minion Carl, just the way his hair looks. Speaking of Dave, let's bring in Dave. You can have a look at the 2 Minions. This is, of course, excluding the evil Minion, which I will be reviewing next. His eye is not as large as that of Dave's. Dave's has extremely large, dilated pupils. Both are sporting the Minion overalls. Unfortunately, still a little bit of bleed going on there with the blue transitioning into the yellow, and a little bit around the black of the strap here I noticed have carried over too. They are a solid piece and very similar to Dave. Carl is a nice, solid plastic. Also similar to Dave, he has no articulation to speak of. Despite the fact his arm is up, it looks as if his arm should be able to move, but no, unfortunately it doesn't. Same with this arm. Same also with this area here, which Spot initially thought was going to be a swivel point for articulation. Unfortunately, Carl does not have that. When you are buying Funko, aside from most figures where you are going to get a swivel in the head, you're unfortunately not going to get it with the Minions. The Minions are pretty much more just straight out staction pieces. These, though, ideally are more suitable for art pieces. Just something that's going to sit by a desk. Something small. It's not going to take up a lot of space, but something you can still look over and really appreciate. I think Funko did a really bang-up job on these Minions. Yes, there is a little bit of paint issue here and there, but for the most part, I am really happy with the Minions. Also, for scale comparisons, I'm not going to necessarily do this for the evil Minion because, well, he is evil and all. But there is the 2 Minions. There is Agnes, and lastly, there is Gru. Still plagued, unfortunately, by the fact that he does lean forward. I find Agnes kind of wants to lean further back and topples back, if anything. But at least Gru, unfortunately, Gru still leans forward. There is the 4 characters that make up the Despicable Me 2 vinyl figures. Of course, the only one I have not included yet is the evil Minion. His review will still follow. Moving those out of the way. For me, it's kind of a toss-up. I don't know, I like both of these quite a bit. I like the way Dave looks, but I think from a vinyl figure, Carl translates a little bit better. He just has a cuter look to him. So really, I prefer Carl, and I'm not saying that at all because Spot thinks he looks a little more like Carl, because if I think I look at all like a yellow Cyclops Minion, okay, perhaps that's a little strange on itself, but I do think Carl has a little more cuteness to him than that of Dave. Again, the choice is entirely yours, but I think if you're going to pick up these vinyl figures, I would pick up both. I would get the Minions more so than the actual movie characters like Gru and Agnes, but for me, once again, the Minions are where it's at. Minion Carl, I think I'm going to give him... I'm going to give him a 7. I'm going to give him a really, really well-rounded 7. As well-rounded as the body of the Minion. He's just a really cute figure to get. Certainly stay tuned, guys. Spot's still got the review of the Evil Minion heading your way, so stay tuned for that. Today's Collectible Spot, we're having a look at the Funko Despicable Me 2 figures. We're looking today at Minion Carl. Still a really adorable little Minion. I am sucker for these Minions. Thanks for watching, guys. And you know what? While we're at it, just before we wrap this video up, why don't you guys let me know down below who your favorite Minion is. We're going to have a little bit of interaction going back and forth. But stay tuned, guys. Evil Minion is heading your way. See you guys next time.